8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yes, indeed. Let's get the vibes right. It's a laid-back show tonight, you know? It's a laid-back show tonight, but we're still going to have some fun. Seat dance. Oh, yeah, seat dance. Hey. TGIF, everybody. Thank you for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, now you know. And if you don't know, you better just ask somebody. And if you don't know, you better just Google us. What am I talking about? Mixture of variety entertainment. That's right. We stay moving forward and never backwards in 2022 and beyond. Move, baby. This is Move. Mixture of variety, the podcast. I go by the name of Patient Zero. Please give it up one time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You guys ready? Oh, we got a show for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. July 29th, the last show in July. And it's going to be a doozy. Who says that? Who says doozy? Anybody in 2022? Probably not, but I just said it. So welcome to the show once again. And I did want to say real fast, I do apologize for Nikki P not being here. I know I said last week and I was, promoting it and stuff like that as far as Nikki P being here. Unfortunately, obviously, I'm running dolo tonight. Just me. I know it's mixed feelings about that because the show is supposed to be with me and Nikki P. And when I do the show myself, I don't mind doing it. I like doing it. I'll do the podcast, regardless. Like I said, if one person was watching and it was about myself all the time, I would still do it. But I was supposed to do it with Nikki P, but unfortunately she got sick. She got strep throat and then missed a couple days from work. And I wanted her to talk about what she experienced the last week because she had a lot going on this week, but next time. But yeah, she got strep throat. Her schedule was thrown off, and here we are. It's just me. But it's all good because I'm going to rock it out. I'm going to rock out my cocktail like I always do, and we're going to have a blast regardless. So this is Mixture of Variety Podcast. We have a couple shows for you. This is the YouTube show, obviously, every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so if you're watching this live, every single Friday, baby, every Friday, 9 p.m., regardless if it is just me or if it's a special guest or if it's with Nikki or all together, whatever it is. But we do have a couple other shows because we do have an audio show as well. So the new audio shows that come out is every Monday and Wednesday. Okay, we got Manic Monday. We got a show that is rapid fire topics. We just come from all angles. We just hit you with all different topics, which normally we don't do in a Mixture of Variety show because even though it's a variety show, we talk about anything from mental health and addictions, having sex with gay midget aliens and everything in between. We break down every show individually, its own topic. You know what I mean? So Monday, however, that's different. Monday, it's just rapid fire topics, and the chat room goes crazy on Castbox.fm. If you want to listen to it live, it's an audio show, but you can listen to it live and you can join the fun in the chat room. Castbox.fm. That's Castbox.fm on any browser. Otherwise, you can go to the Google Store and download the app because Castbox also has an app, and you can listen to it that way. Search Mixture of Variety under Livecast. Boom, simple as that. So that's Monday and Wednesday. Wednesday, we shake it up. We do different things. Next week, I'm very excited. The sex show is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys are excited about that one. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's been a minute. Anytime we go a few weeks without doing the sex show, all that means is that we go over the top even worse than we've ever done before. So definitely stay tuned for that. That's going to be a live show as well on Castbox. And then if you can't catch a live show on Monday and Wednesday, it's all good because it's going to be on Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, wherever there's podcasts, whatever podcast platform is out there, that's where our podcast can be found. Okay. And then Friday, obviously this show, if you can't catch the live show, it's all good because you can just check out our YouTube show. The quickest way to find our YouTube channel is to follow us on Instagram. That's right. If you follow us on Instagram, it says it right there. Instagram at Mixture of Variety. You probably could have guessed that already. At Mixture of Variety. That way, not only will you see some of the craziest banners you ever see in your life, and it's just a cool follow anyway, come shoot the shit, come chill with us, because you never know what I'm going to post. But on top of that, all you have to do is click the link in the bio, and it'll take you to our most recent show, which will take you to our channel. Okay? Otherwise, you could search Mixture of Variety on YouTube, and it'll also take you right there. We also are on Spotify Video now, which is pretty exciting because Spotify finally, after all these years, got video podcasts, and that's what we do right after the YouTube show. We put it on Spotify Video, so you can watch it there as well. And you can share. Please, regardless of whatever show you're listening to, if it's audio, if it's YouTube, if it's Spotify, please share the shit out of that like monkeypox, okay? Share. And please, while you're here listening right now and watching right now, please subscribe, comment, share, and like. And I will love your face forever. Okay, a couple announcements before we get started. We're going to be talking about consciousness today. I know it says it on the YouTube thing right there as well. We're going to be talking about different levels of consciousness, different stages of consciousness. The show, had to switch up a little bit because, like I said, Nikki P couldn't do the show. But I think this is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting topic for sure. And it's going to be probably like the beginning stage of what we're going to be talking about, and I'll explain all that in a second. But I got two major announcements. Okay, first announcement is that first announcement is that Jay the Patriot, she used to go by Jay the Patriot, Real Talk, A Journey with Jay is her new podcast. Okay, she has been doing a podcast that's been doing big things on Rumble for a while, and then she took a short break, and now she's starting up her podcast again, and it's going to be called Real Talk, A Journey with Jay. Okay, her first episode is going to be on Rumble, and you can catch it this coming week. August 1st is going to be the first recorded show, and yours truly will be on that show. Okay, so I'm going to be her first guest. I'm very excited about that. I'm honored to be on that show, and definitely make sure to check that out because she is somebody that the world needs to hear. She is somebody that the world needs to hear. She has a message for the world. She has a unique perspective, and she has a lot to say. She has a lot to say. And she's a very interesting person and a very interesting soul and a very beautiful soul. So look out for that. And then the other announcement that I have is our boy Jungle Justin from Canada. That's right, Jungle Justin. He's been on the show like 3 times now. He is actually going to be a monthly collaborator. That's right. You're going to see his face once a month now, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see Jungle Justin once a month, and we have some topics that are going to break the internet and hopefully at the same time not break YouTube because we have very similar point of views when it comes to this world, this crazy world, and everything that you can't really say on YouTube, but we're going to try to use code words and whatnot and keep it really interesting for you guys. So make sure to stay tuned because that's going to start next week, August 5th. That's going to be a week from today. All right. So that's the announcements. I don't know how you guys like the set. I'm not tripping with the camera right now. I know it's a little bit off, but I kind of like how it looks. So if you guys don't like how it looks, then just leave a comment and let me know if you do like it, if you don't like it, whatever like that. I really like this angle a lot, so I'm just going to go with it. And I say we get right into it. Obviously, because it's just me, we're not going to do mini holidays or anything like that, and it's not going to be an hour show. I will, warn you ahead of time of that one. But I say we get right into it. So there's different levels of consciousness, okay, everybody? And like I said, this is a variety show. We talk about everything. One of the topics that we talk about is spirituality. One of the topics that we talk about is mindfulness. This is like right up that alley. All right. So here, the webpage that I pulled up, I believe there's seven. Yeah. 7 stages of consciousness and then a final stage of consciousness. And it all ties into where we're going to take this, which is going to be another podcast. Like I said, it's going to be like a part 2. And that part 2 is going to be consciousness in different dimensions. Okay, so these consciousnesses are going to be this plane, human form, this dimension, third and fourth dimension mainly, especially when you start getting up to the 4, 5, and 6 and 7. But then you want to train your mind and you want to train your consciousness, because that's all we are, right? Energy and consciousness. That's basically what makes up our soul, our being, our entity, right? So once you get to a point where you want to enlighten yourself, you want to raise your vibration, you want to become more spiritual, you want to connect to a higher power, you want to connect to a higher self. That higher power, by the way, the higher power that is shown in religions and other things like that, and even spirituality, is like outside of you, that you're supposed to be looking up to and worshiping and asking for and all that. But really, all that is within you. All that is within us. Once we can understand that, and once we get to different levels of consciousness, and I'm no guru or whatever, I'm no spiritual leader, I'm just reading this or whatever, but I'm very intrigued and I'm interested, and hopefully you guys are interested too. Once you get to that point of ascension and you want to learn more about it, then is when we'll hit part 2, because then we're going to connect with our inner selves on a much deeper level, and we're going to go multi-dimensional with it. And that sounds pretty fun to me, but all that means is looking at things in the 5th dimension instead of the 3rd and 4th dimension. Hopefully I didn't confuse you yet, and hopefully I won't confuse you throughout this, but let's just get started. Because, ladies and gentlemen, level 1, basic consciousness, survival consciousness, right? The first level of personal consciousness is all about survival. To survive, we need clean air, water, and wholesome food to keep our bodies healthy and fit. And we need to feel financially secure, because that's just the world that we live in. So that's basically it. That's like the first level. That's just the basics of what we need. Consciousness, we know and we're aware of, we're mindful of being in a state that we're in this body. We are human form. We haven't reached any type of enlightenment, ascension, nothing like that. But during this, in this human form, the main thing, the main consciousness that we are aware of is we need to eat, we need to feel safe, we need to be warm, or we need to be cool, or whatever it is like that. Once we have that, and once we have our basic needs within ourselves, and we're aware of that, the next thing that we're aware of, the next level of consciousness that we are aware of and that we notice and that we're mindful of, is relationship consciousness. Okay? It's hard to go through this life by yourself. And I'm talking about by yourself completely. Nobody helping you, no interaction with human beings. You would die, right? If you had no interaction with human beings, whether if they're helping you or not, you would die. But you realize that you need that relationship consciousness, and you're aware of it. So the personal consciousness is all about safety. To feel safe, we need to feel loved and protected. We need to feel a sense of belonging. We do. Even the earliest of people living in tribes, right, in Africa or even previous to that. You need to feel loved, protected, and you need to have a sense of belonging. How you deal with that depends on your conditioning you received as a child. And if you had difficulties getting safety needs met during the conforming stage of development, you will be suspicious of others as an adult. That just depends on the person. But overall, you realize that you need that connecting ability, and you need to be connected with other people. You need to form a bond with people. You need to have that relationship consciousness. You need to feel loved, protected, safe. And I'm not talking about relationship like being in a relationship like romantic relationship. Obviously, you guys know I'm not just talking about that, although that is important and that is, you know, one of the consciousness, I'm sure, is something to do with pure love, and love is the way of life, and love is everything, and love is, you know, how you connect to your higher self and your higher power and stuff like that as well. But this is just talking about relationships with other people in your tribe, other people in your family, other, friends, coworker or coworkers, um, just people, just people. Realize we're 7.6, I think even more than that now, 7.7, 7.6 billion people on the planet. Obviously, you can't just be a nomad and walk this world without any interaction with people, especially early on. I mean, I feel like I want to do that now. I daydream about that, you know, um, just being in my own bubble and just being left alone and not dealing with any people. But at the same time, you really do need it. So on top of all that, we're building up the layers now. Excuse me, building up the layers now, right? Level 3, self-esteem consciousness. The third level of personal consciousness is about feeling secure in your community. To feel secure, we need to feel accepted and respected by our peers and recognized by those in positions of authority. Okay, so kind of similar to what I was just saying before on the previous one, but just being more like recognized by these people. Being recognized by these people, being recognized that you are part of this life. Okay, realizing you are part of this civilization. You are part of humanity. You are part of this. And the self-esteem comes from people in authority, or people in your family, people in your tribe, people in whatever it is, telling you that good things about yourself, telling you that you are excelling at this activity. You are really good at this. Wow, you're really excellent at this. And obviously, if you had difficulties getting the security needs met during the differentiating stage of development, you will lack confidence as an adult. But with work, it just comes with the territory. If you had a hard life, or your self-esteem was broken down to the point of having no self-esteem, like people would say they had low self-esteem. When I was using drugs and alcohol, I had no self-esteem, no self-worth, no self-worth. My self-image, terrible. Self-confidence, none, right? When you get there, it takes a little bit longer, and it takes a process. It's definitely a process, and the progress that you make with these people around you, the reason why you're starting to feel more self-esteem, self-awareness, self-confidence, self-worth, is because these people that love you and that are around you are helping you lift you up to that stage. It's almost like they are helping you do what you can't do for yourself until you get to that point. Obviously, you're going to have to do a lot of work yourself. Obviously, you're going to have to, I had to do a lot of work myself. Obviously, you're going to have to do a lot of work to get to that point yourself, because it's called self-worth and self-confidence and self-esteem. So, it doesn't only happen like that when people that love you are going to carry you to a certain point. But obviously, if you struggled with that, it's going to be more difficult. Otherwise, it'll be a little bit easier. But either way, that is the next level of consciousness, because now you are starting to realize and being more mindful about yourself and your self-esteem and how you look at the world and how the world looks at you. Now we're getting a little bit more spiritual, I would say. Level 4, the transformation consciousness. The fourth level of human consciousness is about finding freedom and autonomy. You will want to discover who you are beyond the parental programming and cultural conditioning you received during your formative years. So that is a beautiful part of life, because you start questioning everything. You start questioning everything, even your upbringing. You start questioning everything. You start questioning who you really are. What does this really mean? Does the government really care about me? What is this world? Am I just flesh and bones? There's got to be more to this. There's more to this world. I feel like there's more to the energy inside of me. I feel like there's more to my spirit. I feel like there's more to self. I feel like there's more to this ego that's blocking me from a lot of things and seeing the world how it should be seen. Things like that. You just start questioning everything. I love that stage in life. It paints a vivid picture in my mind of when I had that awakening and when I had that realization and when I had that mindful of that level of consciousness, the transformation consciousness, because at that point in my life, a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed. I definitely just looked at things completely different, and questioned everything, and always thought outside of the box. And my thirst for knowledge became like the number one thing in my life. The thirst for knowledge. Knowledge is power. I couldn't get enough. I still can't get enough. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always watching documentaries. I'm always trying to, read certain things, listen to certain things. And it's never enough. You know what I mean? It's never enough. It's like a new addiction, an addiction to knowledge. And it's definitely a healthy addiction, but I feel like it's never ending. But this is the stage where you start asking questions like, who am I? What is important to me? And then you discover your true soul self, fully expressing who you are without fear of what others may think or say, particularly your parents, peers, spouse, and authority figures in your life. Gives the opportunity to make choices that are more aligned with who you are. That's just who it is. If you guys are, shouts to you guys watching right now live, but if you guys are watching live, or you guys are watching the recorded show, or you guys are listening to any of the audio shows that we do, for the last 2.5 years, me and Nikki P had this podcast, and you best believe there was a lot that I had to say. And that's one of the reasons why I like having the podcast, because I have a lot to say. I like to talk. I like to reach people. I like to help people, but also the knowledge that I find, the knowledge that I believe is power, I like to spread that with others and to share that with others as best as I can. I don't consider myself extremely intelligent when it comes to certain things. Like, I don't know things about space or science or quantum physics or something like that, but I know a little about a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way. So I never come on here and think that, tell you guys that I'm a professional. I always say that we're not professionals in any way. These are just my thoughts, views, and opinions. And it definitely is my thoughts, views, and opinions, including this show right here. But if you guys have listened to any of the shows, any of the audio shows, this show right now, whatever it is, there's a lot of times that people will say, wow, Patient Zero had to put on his tinfoil hat because of the shit that he's saying. It's just so crazy and so out there, so mind-boggling. And I just can't resonate with that at all because it's just too far out there. My brain really does not register the amount of crazy that sounds like. And really, they shouldn't be saying that. And I should have no need for a tinfoil hat because the stuff is factual and the stuff is out there. And a lot of people that would say that it's a conspiracy or a conspiracy theory just that's fear-based. That's fear-based. A lot of people don't want to question that or go deep into that or do their own research about certain things. So instead it's fear-based, and they just back up and they say, whoa, that's crazy talk. That must be a conspiracy theory. That actually started, the word conspiracy actually started from the CIA when JFK got his head blown off. And everybody started questioning things. It's the first time, even before 9/11, was people started questioning things. questioning. Wait, how did that happen? How exactly did that happen? Maybe it was an inside job. Maybe it was this person. Maybe because JFK was speaking the truth. He was saying too much stuff. The CIA termed and coined the word conspiracy and conspiracy theory just to make people think like they were a Looney Tune. Food for thought. Level 5, internal cohesion consciousness. The fifth level of consciousness is about finding meaning in your life, finding what your soul came into the world to do. At this level of consciousness, the question is no longer who am I, but why am I here and why am I in this body? How can I fully express myself? For those who do not have a particular sense of purpose, this can be daunting inquiry. For others who are gifted with a particular talent, your purpose will be obvious. If you are not sure of your purpose, simply focus on what you love to do and pay attention to what is immediately in front of you. Whatever it is, do it to the best of your ability. Alternatively, just follow your joy, develop your most obvious talents, and pursue your passion. I mean, basically, guys, I am telling you how I personally am going through these levels of consciousness unintentionally, because I'm going through these levels of consciousness with you as I'm telling you my life and as I'm telling you things that happened to me and how I went through these stages. But isn't it funny that after I say all that stuff about the conspiracy theory, the tinfoil hat, and I hop on here and I talk to you guys and I like to spread the word and I like to spread knowledge and share knowledge, and now internal cohesion consciousness. Why am I here? Why am I in this body? How can I fully express myself? Right here on the podcast, baby. Right here on the podcast. I had an opportunity years ago, 10, 15 years ago or so. My life was in a drastic different direction. But the thing that's similar to that drastic different direction from 10, 15 years ago and now, there's one thing in common. It's still me on a microphone, speaking my voice, talking to you guys, trying to change the world one word at a time, trying to change the world one podcast at a time. I'm definitely supposed to have a microphone in front of me. I'm definitely supposed to be talking to people out there who are actually watching and who are liking what's going on. I feel like this is it. I feel like this is what I'm meant to do. I feel like this is why I'm here. Me and Nikki P, we've been doing this. You know, it's a hobby. We say it's a hobby for the last 2.5 years. It's been a lot of fun and everything like that. But I just take it to the next level. The seriousness behind this. And I also practice law of attraction and manifesting where I want this podcast to be. And when the time is right, it just will happen. And who would have known that during this whole time, I'm practicing each level of consciousness in the correct stages from where it's supposed to be and where my life is supposed to be. My life, just like your life and you guys watching right now, is supposed to be right here, right now. This is where we're supposed to be, right here, right now. So we have no control of when the universe is going to bring what we are working on and what we're supposed to be in front of our faces. But at the same time, if you're good at it and you work at it and you just continue to do it and whatever brings you joy, you just do it. And when the time is right, you'll know. You'll know. Because the universe will bring it right to you. Even me talking like that, the universe will bring it right to me. That's showing how I raise my own vibration and how I become one with my higher self and how I notice that I'm starting the ascension and raising my vibration to the next level of consciousness. We still got 2 more, ladies and gentlemen. Level 6, Making a difference consciousness. The sixth level of human consciousness is about making a difference in the world. Isn't that funny? That basically exactly what I just said about me and the podcast. Hopefully you guys can resonate with this. Making a difference in the world, your family, your workplace, in your community or nation, or in our global society, which is a lot more important than just me doing a podcast. Spreading love and unity is the most important thing in the world. It's not just about us. It's not just about our ego. It's not just about our selfishness. One of the main reasons that we are here and we are spiritual beings living a human experience, one of the reasons why we are here is to connect with others, but to also help others. Because we're all one. We're all one. We're each individual and very unique, but at the same time, we're all one. We're part of the collective. We all came from the same source. And me not helping you or you not helping me, what's the point of that? That makes no sense while we're here on this earth. If you are a leader operating at this level of consciousness, you will realize that your ability to fulfill your purpose is strongly conditioned by your ability to connect with others and facilitate the work of those who support you. Enlightened leaders understand that it is through others, their followers, that they may make an impact in the world. The more easily to connect and empathize with others, the easier it will be for you to fulfill your destiny. Whether you are a leader or not, making a difference always implies connecting with others in unconditional, loving relationships. All right? Then, before we wrap all this up, we got level 7. Level 7 is service consciousness. The 7th level of human consciousness is about selfless service to the cause or the work which allows you to use your gifts and talents. The work you were born to do. You reach this level of consciousness when making a difference becomes a way of life. When you surrender your soul, you are now fully imbued with your soul's purpose and living the life of soul-infused personality. You are at ease with uncertainty and embrace whatever opportunities come your way. You feel as if you are being guided by your soul. Okay, now that's level 7. Oh wait, we're not done yet. Continuation on level 7. At this stage of development, you may find yourself needing time for quiet and reflection. You will be seeking the inspiration you need from your soul so that you can live and breathe your purpose every moment of your life. You will know when you are operating from this level of consciousness because there will be nothing else for you to do. You will not want to retire because that would just close down your self-expression and take the meaning out of your life. What you previously considered work now becomes your play. At this level of consciousness, you let doing flow through. At this level of consciousness, you let the doing flow through the being. Okay? Who doesn't want to get to that point? Basically, you're doing your heart's desire, but also your soul's desire. And in addition to that, you're also helping people. You're helping the collective. You're helping the global society. You're putting out positive energy, positive vibes, love and unity. That's all you're doing is spreading that. And at the same time, why would you retire? Because you love doing it so much. It's your purpose. You found your purpose. You found why you're here. And I hope we can get to that point, all of us. So, in conclusion, full spectrum consciousness. When you reach the latter years of your life, you may be fortunate enough to have learned how to master every stage of psychological development, your ego needs and your soul desires, and you will be able to operate from full spectrum consciousness. When you are operating from full spectrum consciousness, you can respond appropriately to all situations that life throws at you with inner calm, without fear, upset, or anxiety. Individuals experiencing, people operating from full spectrum consciousness display the following tributes. Let me just say they mastered all the ones that we just talked about. They mastered them. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty powerful. That was some powerful stuff. I didn't look at these. I mean, I looked at them, but I didn't read them ahead of time. But I'm really happy that I decided to do this. And hopefully you guys got something out of this too. That was the levels of consciousness, ladies and gentlemen. Different levels of consciousness. Pretty fascinating stuff. Let me know in the comments, where do you think you're at? What level do you think you're at? Do you feel like you're making that progress? Do you feel like you're making progress, like even if you're going 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, you're still making progress, right? Hopefully you guys are aware and are mindful and can realize and actually pay attention where exactly you're at in life. And then now you know where you want to go if you want to have that ascension, if you want to have that spirituality lifted, if you want to try to take it to another dimension of thinking, which is what we're going to do in the next podcast, because all these in human form, thinking spiritually, but now we want to take it to the next level. If we want to ascend to a 5th dimension thinking, then it's a whole new ballgame. Because then the levels of consciousness are so much deeper, and that's where the gurus are at. That's where the spiritual masters and the spiritual leaders and those people, that's that kind of shit that they're trying to get to. Those are the levels that they're trying to reach, and they've been doing this their whole life. Trying to. Because a lot of people are not even trying, they're just doing, right? They're just doing, and they're getting through life, and they're realizing, and they're being more mindful about what's going on. But these are the people that are actually want to ascend as much as possible, and these are the people that human beings should look up to. And a lot of those people come directly from wherever, and they're here just to teach us, and they're here just to help us. Be in tune with our spirit instead of just the human physical form. Every single day we're reminded about that. But the spiritual part of us and reaching deep into that and connecting with that and connecting with your higher self, that's the challenge. But it's a beautiful challenge. It's definitely a beautiful challenge. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great weekend. Please don't forget about Real Talk with Jay on Monday. It's going to be on Rumble. Real Talk, A Journey with Jay. That's what it is. My bad. Real Talk, A Journey with Jay. And that's going to be on Rumble. I don't know if it's going to be on exactly Monday, but it's going to be recording Monday. And your boy, Patient Zero, will be her first guest. So big shouts to Jay. And once again, big shouts to Jungle Justin, who will be now a monthly contributor to the show. I'm very excited about that. And he's going to be on the show a week from today. All right. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Like I said, let's all lift our consciousness this weekend and for the entire week. And until then, we'll see you next time. It's Patient Zero signing out for Mixture of Variety Entertainment. Deuces.